Hello, I'm Wendy Weiger, and this is Word from the Woods. I'm speaking to you from my off-the-grid cabin on the shore of First Roach Pond, deep in the Maine woods. It is snowing again today outside. It has been almost 6 weeks since I have left the woods. And in all that time, I've had just one visitor who was here a little over 2 weeks ago. He brought me a loaf of bread from town, long since gone. So when I wanted a bread-like food, I've been eating granola bars, canned brown bread, but I'm tired of that. I want some bread. And so that means it is up to me to bake it. And what better day to bake bread than a snowy day when I'm all cozy here in the cabin with the warmth of the wood stove. So now I have my bread dough mixed and it's starting its first rise. I am always surprised how few ingredients it takes to make good bread. You see them spread out here. Flour, yeast of course, sugar, salt, butter, warm water, not shown here, but it is in the mix of course. And then I mix those all together and I knead for about 4 minutes, shape the bread into a ball, and I coat it with olive oil, which keeps it from sticking to the bowl, and also is going to keep the dough moist. I'm using only one bowl for all of this. Now that I don't have a working sink drain, it's very important for me to keep dishes to a minimum. And here is my bread dough all mixed and starting its first rising. I have moved the bread dough to a spot near my wood stove so that it will have a nice warm environment in which to rise. I am going to cover the bowl with a damp cloth and leave everything for about an hour so that the yeast can do its work. Okay, let's see how that bread is doing. Woo! It has risen for sure. Okay, on to the next step. I have taken the dough out of its bowl, shaped it into a loaf, and put it in the loaf pan. I'm going to cover it up again with a damp cloth and leave it here by the fire for about 40 more minutes. My bread has completed its second rising and it is ready to go into the oven. While my bread is baking, I couldn't resist taking a moment to step outside and just savor the beauty of the quiet woods as the snow falls. There's no wind. I can hear the tap, tap, tapping of the clusters of the flakes as they come down. And the world appears to end just past my shoreline. Here is the finished loaf of bread. I am going to let it cool for a few minutes, and then I'm going to try it. And here it is, ready to eat. I have cut my first slice. The loaf is nice and crusty and warm. It has a mild yeasty smell. I have slathered the slice in butter and I'm going to enjoy it in front of the fire with a cup of tea. Until next time, stay warm and cozy. I'll be back soon with another Word from the Woods.